take your mind into a typical situation. So there is a real mix of people in the room today. Some companies are established companies who are looking to grow. Some companies who are just in the start of their journey, and some companies who are small companies who get a lot of their business from referrals, and that's fine. I mean, I get probably 60% of my business comes from referrals, and it's the way it should be. And I think if you ask people, they will tell you that 70% of their business, on average, 70% of their business comes from referrals. Is that right? Is that what you hear? It's what I hear. So when do people actually want to use lead generation? There's a typical scenario where you either have a new product that you've taken to market. So either you're a new company or you're an established company with a new product, or you have these growth goals that the management team had decided to put into your business, and you as a sales manager, excellence manager, business development director, need to meet those and plan for those. And that's when you can't just sit there and wait for people to refer to you or for clients to give you referrals. You need to be able to show that you've got a plan to get there, and that's when you typically would look at lead generation. So you choose a particular method. You might choose a number like you do with bigger companies. You look at different methods. Some companies might just go with one. And you're really disappointed after 3 months generally. You look at it and you don't feel that you've got what you wanted. You don't necessarily hit the targets that you've put, and you feel that it's not going anywhere. Anybody can relate to that? And then if in the long term though, you do find that some of it has actually worked, because you suddenly meet people or somebody suddenly calls you and says, oh, I had your email 6 months ago, I'm interested. So it's that sort of scenario, and I just wanted to put that question out there. Why do you think that happens? Why I wanted to put this to you today, that I think that the reason that a lot of the traditional lead generation campaigns don't work is because we feel we have to choose. So if you press again, please, Ray, if you can, and because we think, and again, we think that every problem has just one solution or one ideal solution. So it might be people here who don't think in that way, but I think we are kind of raised to think that if we are faced with a problem, there's got to be a solution that's going to solve it for us. And that solution is one solution that's going to work, and that's that magic bullet thinking. And what it means is that our approaches tend to be then quite limited. So we plan a campaign and we base it on one thing. And if that one thing either takes time or doesn't work like we think it should, then often a lot of companies end up giving up quite quickly. So that element of time, they don't take that into account. So a few examples of choices that people tend to make. So they choose between, in strategy-wise, they tend to choose between outbound marketing and inbound marketing. So outbound marketing obviously is when you go out there. So you've got a product, you want everyone to find out about it. You go out there and you tell people, and you effectively go to market, if you like, rather than waiting for the market to come to you, which is what inbound marketing is all about. And a lot of people I talk to feel they have to choose between the two. So in a strategy perspective, you have to be focused on either you do inbound or you do outbound. I'm not sure you have to choose. In terms of tactics, again, people tend to make these kind of choices. So again, Ray, if you can press, tend to look at offline marketing. So a lot of companies feel comfortable in that field, doing offline marketing, doing telesales, doing direct mail, doing print advertising, leaflets, that sort of thing. And they tend to stay in that sphere and not really venture into the new market of technology, which is obviously not new. It's been around how long now? How long?
Oh, gosh, well.
Years. But email marketing certainly has been around a long time. So here are the key problems as I see them with the choices. So I look at a choice in the market as in if you do digital marketing or whether you do offline marketing. So that kind of choice. So my problem is First of all, we have lots of choice in the market, so people can choose to do lots of things. And excuse the being down with the kids with the hangout, but they do hang out in different places. So some people prefer to use LinkedIn, some people use social media, other people use, if you phone them, they'll talk to you. Other people like emails. So there is a lot of choice out there, and it's difficult, even if you have a very specific target market, which I absolutely think should be your first thing to do, it's quite hard to know where you're going to find them. So that's one thing. And then with inbound methods, a lot of them are extremely slow. So if you've got targets as a sales manager and you need to show growth of a certain percentage, if you wait for the inbound marketing to work, it's the same as referrals. They work fantastically well, but it's very difficult to plan them, unless you go at them in an industrial way like Mick does. But you know, it's very difficult to plan that somebody's going to call in and refer business. So you need something there. And also everyone echoed the consistent follow-up, because you know, if you phone somebody once and just leave it, you might as well not phone them ever, because if you are in the market for looking for new leads and going and joining the carousel, as I like to call it, and talking to people because you want to grow and you want to come to them, then you must follow up, because you're not their priority. And a lot of people, I know it sounds really obvious when I say it, but I find a lot of people don't understand that. So because of that, I think that there's a need for a system that goes across inbound, outbound, digital, offline.